Mm. Hey, do you ever feel like that? Right? Like you just can't get it going. Well, today we're going to talk about 5 ways to stay focused and productive. Because let's face it, if you're an entrepreneur, student, parent, it really doesn't matter. You really need to stay focused and productive throughout your day to get the things done that you need to get done, right? And not drifting off or wow, what's that watching TV and watching everything else, right? So let's jump into it. Number one thing that you need is you gotta get a plan already. All right, let's talk about it. All right, when you're deciding what you're going to do for that day, are you just like waking up like, okay, well, let me brush my teeth and everything like that, get something to eat. Now what do I do? I don't know. You'll wind up spending, literally, I've done it. Sometimes I still do it, right? But I'm getting better. You'll wind up spending like an hour before you even get started because you're trying to figure out what should I do today, do, right? And kind of twiddling your thumbs. Well, look, this is what I want you to do, and this is what I actually started doing, and it actually has been helping me. So I'm about to help you. Start writing out a weekly plan. Now you may want to do this weekly plan on, write it out on a Saturday, write it out on a Sunday, write it out on a Monday, whatever day it is that you want to write it out for the whole week. All right, say, hey, this is what I'm going to do on Monday. This is what I'm going to do on Sunday. This is what I'm going to do every day of the week. All right, write it out. Okay, even down to the time frames that you want to do things in. If you say, hey, on Monday morning from, let's say, 8 in the morning to 10 in the morning, I'm going to work on this. All right, even plan out your breaks. Okay, if you say, hey, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., I'm going to, have lunch or whatever the case may be. But once you write things down, right, once you write it down, now whether you use a pen to write it down, or if you just keep it, on your notepad, all of that, that really, doesn't matter. If you want to keep it on a Word doc, that's fine too. All right. But as long as you put that down, when you put that information down, for one, you're going to retain it a little bit better, but it's going to kind of it's like a way of holding yourself accountable, for getting things done, right? Because you're writing them down and you put the time frame and you're just kind of checking like, oh, okay, that's what I need to do next, right? It's going to keep you on task is the point. Okay. And definitely, like I said, you want to do that weekly. All right. So don't be thinking, oh, well, I need to do this every day, because then you'll wind up spending like an hour writing out the daily plan. Yeah, that's counterproductive. So don't do that. All right, the next thing, energy. Number 2, energy. That's right. You have to have energy to get things done, right? How are you going to stay focused? You ever tried to focus and you were tired? Well, take your butt to bed already. Go to bed at night, okay? If that's when you sleep, whenever you sleep, okay? Go to bed. Get you some rest so that way you can have some energy. And that way you don't have to wake up like, okay, I need my cup of coffee first, right? Because then you're just like in a fog, right? And your day doesn't even, go right at all. It just seems like everything goes wrong, right? Get some rest. And here's another tip too. And I actually started doing this and it's working out really well, guys. All right. And it's probably scientifically proven. But the point of the matter is, when you wake up in the morning after, you brush your teeth and all that stuff, get the slob off your mouth, right? Drink some water. Yup, drink some water. You can even put a little lemon in it, a little lemon juice. I do that. You might want to do that. It doesn't taste so bad, right? But drink you some water. I mean, maybe 2-3 cups of water in the morning. It actually kind of helps, gets the juices flowing, if you will. All right, that's what I call it. Get the juices flowing. Hey, I'm not a doctor, right? Another thing too about energy, you can actually, when you wake up in the morning after you get dressed and all that stuff, take a walk. You say, well, what do you mean take a walk? I don't have any energy. I don't want to take a walk. Take a walk and you actually get some energy. This is what I found. Okay, once again, no, I'm not a doctor, but it's probably scientifically proven somewhere, right? But when you go and take a walk in the morning, what happens is it kind of gets your oxygen flowing to your brain, right? You need oxygen to your brain. You like, for real, you need that, right? You need the blood running through your limbs. Because think about it. A lot of times if you're working, especially if you're working online, if you're a stay-at-home parent, even, or anything where you're just sitting down a lot of the time, think about it. I'm sitting in this position here, right? So if you're sitting in a bent position, think about it, right? Your body's bent, right? Well, then how much oxygen and how much circulation am I getting to, my whole body when I'm in kind of like that bent position versus a straight up position and moving, right? So that's why you want to go ahead and kind of, just walk. Even if you just walk around the block, you don't have to, walk like 12 miles. I mean, unless you want to, Hell, I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. Hey, give me a break, right? But, you know, do a little exercise or something like that to kind of get everything flowing, and it actually will increase your energy. All right. Also, get you some food in your system. I know sometimes you get up, you're ready to just kind of get to doing whatever you got to do in your day, right? And you're like, man, I don't really like to eat breakfast. You know, I'll just wait for lunch or whatever. I do it sometimes. I'm so ashamed. But you don't want to do that, right? You don't want to do that. You want to go ahead and get you some protein, you know, in your diet, or whatever your diet is. All right. I'm definitely, you know, not trying to tell you what to eat, right? But I'm just saying protein does help. So get you some food in your system in the morning. That's going to help you, you know, have a little bit more energy, which in turn is going to help, you know, help you stay focused and actually be productive throughout the day. So that way you're not, like I said, just kind of ho-humming along, drowsy, sleepy, and can't focus on anything. All right. Number 3, take control of your environment. This is what I mean by that. A lot of times, you know, we'll be working at home, right? Well, it's pretty okay for me, but it may not be okay for you. And let me explain why. Okay. If you have children, all right, basically it boils down to distractions. If you have children, if you have a spouse, if you're the type that you want to watch the tube at the same time, you're like, yeah, I'm going to multitask. I'm going to watch Oprah while I'm doing whatever it is that I do. No, you don't want to do that, because you're going to get distracted. You're human. Hell, I mean, if Murder, She Wrote came on, I'm definitely getting distracted. I love some Murder, She Wrote, right? All right. So the point of the matter is, what you actually want to do is get out of the house, get out of your home office, if you will. You may have to go to the library. You can have an office that's off-site. You may go to a cafe, you know, or I mean, I've even done this. I've even gone to a McDonald's that's a McCafe, because they have Wi-Fi, you know, or a Panera Bread, if you have one of those in your area. That's a place that, you know, it sells some, like, you know, coffee and scones and stuff, but they have Wi-Fi. So you just go somewhere else, to whereas you're not like kind of comfortable, so to speak, as far as being comfortable at home. I'm not saying go somewhere like sit on a chair full of nails. Come on, like, be serious, right? But what I mean is, when you're sitting at home, right, as soon as things get a little tough, what do you do? Say, well, I'm gonna just get up and I'm just gonna lay down. You know, you go lay in the bed, you know, because it's so convenient, right? So you definitely want to change your environment, okay? So that way it's an environment that you can control. If you have pets at home, you know, little poo-poo, the doggy poo-poo, you know, he done pooped on the ground, right? Now you got to go clean that up, right? Well, yeah, you can do that when you get back home. But right now, when you're trying to get some work done, you need to be somewhere else getting some work done. All right, so definitely take control of your environment by leaving out of the house. All right, the number 4. Now, this is a key one right here. All right, work in chunks. What do you mean, D? Work in chunks? What are you talking about? This is what I mean. All right. Instead of, you know, sitting down at your computer or whatever it is that you're doing to work, right? Instead of doing that for like 6 hours straight, right? Because I know. A lot of times you get to working, and it's interesting. Whatever you're doing is interesting, right? You like, you know, like that meme, right? There's a meme that goes around on Facebook a lot, and it's a cat, and the cat is like tapping on the keyboard. It's like, that's like being productive, right? So you'll wind up being like that little kitty cat, you know, all over the place for like 7 hours, right? Before you know it, you're like, oh my gosh, I've been sitting here for that long, right? No, you don't want to do that. You want to work in chunks. So basically what I mean is, you want to take it in sections. So let's say, if, like, for instance, I work on, you know, marketing, I have to work on my funnels, have to work on my videos, right? You know, I got to prepare for this stuff, right? I have to work on my email sequence. You know, I have to work on all these different things, right? How about this? Take it in chunks. Say, hey, for the next hour and a half, and you want to take it maybe hour and a half to 2.5 hour chunks, right? You know, no more than that, right? If you can help it. I mean, if you have a meeting, like I had a meeting earlier, well, actually a training, and it was like 6 hours. What can I do? We did have breaks though. But anyway, most of the times we don't have those long trainings. So you can take like an hour and a half to 2.5, you know, hour chunks and say, hey, from this time, I'm going to work on X. And then, you know, you take a break, right? Whether you take a break, you grab your, you know, another snack, take your break, just get up, walk around a little bit. You may take a little walk around the block, whatever the case may be, stretch your legs, all right? But just do it in chunks, all right? Because you're actually going to be more productive if you do it that way, instead of trying to sit down for 8 hours straight, and just do it all at once. Yeah, that's a problem with sometimes if you work at a job too. That's a problem because some jobs you literally have to sit there for 8 hours. You think maybe some of the employers should watch this video? Yeah, give your boss this video because he needs to not have you sitting down for 8 hours at a time. All right. Anyway, now number 5, and this is, I would probably say number 5 is like the biggest. That's just my opinion. Yeah, because I like it. Take time off. Yes, take time off. Do not forget to take time off. And I know sometimes it can be difficult. Why? Because you're like, man, I have a mountain of things I need to do. I need to do this. I need to do that. Oh my gosh, I don't have any time that I can take off. What are you talking about, D? I understand. I get it. I do. But I'm going to give you a little secret, right? Well, it's not really a secret, but I'll say it's just a reality check, right? This is something that I actually went through when I was doing automotive repair, right? You know, some years back, right? But I was doing automotive repair, right? And at the time, I was trying to build my business and all that good stuff, right? So, you know, when you're trying to build your business, you're just like boom, 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 boom. You're like gung ho. So I was working 7 days a week, right? I mean, because I liked what I was doing. So you know how it is. It doesn't really feel like work, right? But it still was work, right? I was working seven days a week. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we working like 10 hours a day, right? Trying to build my business. So what I decided to do, I said, you know what, man, I don't want to get burnt out. You know what I mean? I don't want to not like doing this anymore, right? I didn't want to get to that point. So what I actually did was I said, let me start taking a day off. So I dedicated a day off, right? And I thought at first, I'm going to tell you the reason why I didn't do it at first. I said, man, if I take a day off, I'm going to miss some money. Man, that's like cursing to an entrepreneur. I'm going to miss some money. What you call my mama? Right? I'm so serious. I was like, man, if I'm trying to make, you know, however much a month, right? I'm not going to make that if I'm working less hours, right? It wasn't computing how that was going to work out. But I promise you, this is what happened. I started taking a day off. Then I was revived, you know, rejuvenated, whatever you want to call it, invigorated, all that stuff, right? And I wound up making more. Right now, I'm not going to tell you I doubled my income. No, I didn't double my income, but it didn't go down. That's all I was looking for, right? But it actually increased a little bit, you know, because I thought that I needed all those days, but I didn't. So now, as I'm, you know, a marketer now, right? Hence the name D Car Lady, ex auto mechanic. You get it, right? I do the same thing. As far as I remember to take a day off. So I'm telling you, whatever business that you're in, it doesn't matter. Take a day off, whatever day you choose that. But take a day off to just what we call chillax, right? Chill, relax, chillax. Do whatever it is that you do, but actually take a day off. Don't take a day off and then you still up there playing on Facebook, still posting on Facebook and all that stuff. And let's just say you market on Facebook like I do. So that wouldn't really be a day off. That's still kind of partially working, being all sneaky, right? Like you may have to like just totally turn your phone off if you typically work on your phone. Turn your phone off. Don't check an email or anything. Just kind of put up the vacation email thing that says, you know, someone emails you, say, hey, thank you for emailing me, but I'll holler back tomorrow, right? So definitely take a day off. So we have those 5 things, those 5 ways, so that way you can focus and be more productive, all right? Hopefully that wasn't too much for you. I know it wasn't too much for you because you're some smart people, guys, smart people. All right. Hopefully you have found some value in this and learned a little bit, right? If you have, please do like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel, all right? Because I'm definitely bringing it to you every single week, tools, tips, and tricks, all right? And the mindset, guys. It's all about the mindset is where it starts. And if you want to know my #1 money-making opportunity online, definitely crush that first link in the description because you already know on the other side is some bonuses for you because that's what I do. Other than that, guys, this is D Car Lady, and we're going to take this ride to the top, baby. All right, and I'm out.